Happy New Year from Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. Hey, I hurt my hip. I don't know if you're following me on my Facebook, but I announced that I did something last week and thought that it would clear up by now, but it is not clearing up. So I have an appointment to go see a doctor, and in the meantime I'm laid up here at the house, which prohibits me from doing outdoor activity like my basic chores, so I'm having the family jump in and help me. So stay tuned and I'll show you what special activity I've decided to embark on while I'm laid up. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I'm stoved up in the library here. At least I got a nice hot fire to be by and stay warm in this early days of 2018 here on our homestead. As I mentioned in the video before, I injured my hip, so I am pain-free as long as I'm in a seated position until I can get in and see my doctor. I've got an appointment. We're going to go ahead and go in and get that taken care of, but in the meantime, I'm stuck. I'm going to embark on a little bit of a art project. Some of you who have been fans of my channel for quite a while have been seen some of my art I've done in the past, like a lot of watercolor. I'll probably end up doing a watercolor later, but today I'm doing something I've only done one ever, and that was in a college class I took in art, and that was scratchboard. This is an example of my first and only scratchboard art I have ever done. Yep, that's the only one I've ever done. So today I'm going to embark on a new adventure and see if I can be any good at continuing this scratchboard art craft. I went down to a bargain warehouse. I mean, this is Goodwill as is store is what it's called. It's the last ditch effort of Goodwill to get rid of their products before they send them to the recyclers and sell them. So in this last ditch effort, it's like a well, what do they call it? A garage sale on steroids. So I go down there periodically, and I found this packet. I found this packet. It has a $4.20 price tag on it, but I only paid $1.25 for this. There's 10 sheets of this scratchboard paper. What it is, it's a thick duty paper that's coated with kind of a clay film on the top of it, and you can just scratch off the clay and reveal the white background behind it. So that's what I'm going to do today. And so let me show you what I'm doing. My tool I'm using is actually a pair of calipers that I use for stepping out cardiac rhythms at work. And so that's what these are. I actually inherited these from my father. My father used to be an ambulance driver, and he used to teach EMT courses. And so these were his calipers that I inherited, so I'm using them for an art tool today. So let's get to it. By now you can see the evolution of the picture of what I'm doing. I love these vintage cars. They're pretty cool. And this picture is actually for a friend of mine. And if you're watching this, Terry, you're going to recognize it as being your baby. Yep, that's right. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to frame it and mat it, and this is one of those things I was had in mind that I wanted to give you. So there it is, my scratchboard art. Took me about an hour and a half to do it. So I got to figure out what else to do for the rest of the day. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen, here at Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I want to thank you guys for tuning in on this little fun episode. It's a little off subject of homesteading, but when you're injured, what more can you do? I'm focusing on some projects I can do sitting down. So just like my mantra, focus on my abilities rather than my disabilities. Stay tuned for more video uploads, and you can follow me on social media. We'll see you guys again in some more videos. Happy New Year. Bye bye.